what is very important anytime for any child is a strong parent and child relationship, good nutrition, adequate sleep, and a safe, nurturing environment at school and at home. If we can provide all such things to any of the child, there is no possibility that child will not do their best. Friends, let's start today's talk with a small exercise. We all called is as a association, word association game. I'm going to give you a word and you will say the first thing that is coming in your mind when you read the word or when I will say. Don't think much. Whatever comes in your mind, just you can have to type on the chat box. Let me give you a word, water. Word is water. What comes in your mind? Yes, beaches, thirst, hydrated, drink. Yeah, yes. Now maybe second word is sky. What comes to your mind when we think of sky? Rainbow, blue. Yeah. Then expand. Yes. Yes. Clouds. What comes in your mind? Discipline. Next word is discipline. What comes in your mind? Let's have discipline. School, strict, organized, structure. What else? Hate, punctual. Yes. Dean. O, punishment. Wow. So why do you think that discipline comes with a punishment? Don't you think so that we all have the program set in our mind? It is like a punishment. Discipline comes with a punishment or set right. It's like scary things if we have to discipline someone. Today, I'm going to give you some positive parenting tips. Friends, it is lot many things when we go age appropriate. I'm going to give you and touch base a very simple and a short tip, any of the tips which is keeping in mind our own emotional well-being and our acceptable behavior, which is the major concern for most of the parents. Let me share my screen. So when we say that discipline or behavior, what are the things which comes in our mind? Is it a very difficult task for any parent to discipline their child? There are a lot of queries, lot of things parents comes across. There are a lot of behavior issue. Where are we missing out as a parent? Let us think a very briefly small point. I'll take you with a one very important agenda, age appropriately. When we talk about an infant of a 0 to 1 year old, I want to tell you a very basic point. I agree, whenever a parent is well settled, well emotionally and mentally, child will be fine. So according to me, the very important thing, a positive parenting tip when a child is 0 to 1 year, below 1 year old, is that you have to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. Parenting can be hard work. It is easier to enjoy your new baby and be a positive, loving parent. When you are feeling good, your body or your baby will be good. May I request someone not to scribble this screen, please? Now, toddlers between 1 to 2 years of age. What is the most important thing for a child to grow? Encourage them to explore. Get them their curiosity, give lot of windows for their curiosity. Don't just let them be at a corner, or don't just feed them everything. I have seen many times they, before a child expresses, there is help around to feed them. That will from the beginning limit your child's growth. You can start reading at a very early age of before 2 years of age, and you see how well your child develops that thing, and you can have many more development through reading. We are going ahead with the age group of 2 to 3 years, continues with a toddler. What is the most important thing? Children start learning behavior from this young age. Parents, sometimes we don't realize that what we are allowing them or what we are giving attention to. It is very important that you give attention to the things which is a positive behavior which you like them to continue, and limit your attention for the behavior which you don't want them to continue, like a tantrums. Just ignore them. They are very young to say no or punish them, but they really understand the difference between attention and between there when you don't give attention. Anything when you give them, not give them attention, children will not repeat. It is very important to teach them the right behavior from this age. What we expect them to do when between the 3 to 5 years of age. Friends, as a parent, you have to be very clear and very consistent when you want to discipline them, what you want to set rules. Don't think they are very young. They start understanding at very young age. Whenever you tell them no, then equally show them the way how to do things correctly. By telling them no or by stopping them, they don't know what to do, and they don't understand if this behavior is not acceptable, what is a behavior which is acceptable. Teach them how to solve problems, and when she is upset, let them express it to yourself instead of just throwing them tantrum. Teach them how to understand their your own liking and disliking. When child is growing 6 to 8 years, here very important stage start. We see lot of changes when children are started going to the school, first standard, second standard. Encourage them to think about all possible consequences. Very important thing, parents, teach them patience. Teach them your turn will come. If you are taking them to garden, if they are getting restless, the patience is a very important thing you teach them. Parents, you sometimes don't realize when we try and teach our children in future, these are the qualities which is going to help our children, and this is going to improve our relationship with our child. Very important quality to learn is the patience. Encourage him to think about possible consequences. If you are running around, what is going to happen? Instead of just stopping them and not allowing them to think, let them think the consequences of not good behavior. What is the behavior if they are not doing it right? What can happen? How it can harm them? It is always better to make a clear rules and acknowledge them for their good behavior, not as a good boy, instead of their attempt the thing which they have performed. There is a lot of difference by telling them you have done a good job instead of just telling them you are a good boy. The most important period is when they start going to the teenage period or a puberty period. Start talking about them. Girls and boys has to be explained very well from their mother and father about whatever changes physically and emotionally happening to these children. Friends, we feel when children are young, we need to spend a lot of time. But believe me, as a mother, I'll tell you, this is a time period when you have to spend lots of time with your child. It is very important to know what are they going through, which are their friends, are there any emotional issues. They are at such a tender age, they don't know what is right, what is wrong. You teach them how to respect others. If teach them, if someone is not behaving correctly as per expectations, how what should be your response? These are the very few basic touch base points which I have shared with you. Parents, be very honest with your child, be very affectionate. What you at the end you want is your affection and your child and parent bonding. Take care. We all as a parents are very concerned about their studies, about their physical well-being. We are not that much keen about their emotional well-being. The time has come to put in lot of effort and insight and on understanding what your child is thinking, what your child is feeling, how to cultivate their good habits. Reading is a very good medium. Share them with the good stories, storybooks, and you can take them, teach them the way of storytelling, whatever you want to share with the good qualities, and teach them. At the end, parents, I want to tell you, the way we talk to our children becomes their inner voice. It is very important not to address them which we don't want our child to become. Most important thing, we all know your children need your presence more than your presence. We have lots of time in current scenario, might as well use it. Children learn more from what you are than what you teach. Be a good role model. Don't need to teach anything, they just look at you and they learn how to behave. The way we treat our children directly impacts what they believe about themselves. Friends, we want, all of us want our children to be very well settled, happy, intelligent, and very well aware about emotional challenges of the life. And at the end, happiness is where when children themselves are turned out to be a good people, good person. We want our future generation to be the best child or a best citizen of a country. Thank you so much for listening to me. I'm sure you all will continue applying few of the points which I have shared with you.